So what had happened for me was when I came into the agency, as I said, I was more so in charge of building the marketing aspect. So I wasn't really necessarily seeing the OnlyFans platform. I still, even though I was working at an agency, didn't really know what it was about OnlyFans. I'd never really seen the back end of it, never seen the conversations. It was still like this weird enigma to me. I just knew that there was people in my world that had made money from it, and I had close trusted friends telling me this was okay. So that was it. So I saw like the Instagram content aspect. And then what ended up happening is we decided to change the structure of the agency, because if you're impersonating a person and I'm over here doing all the marketing and then someone's running the OnlyFans, there's a disconnect. And so we're like, okay, we realize that if we're impersonating people, we can't be doing these things separately. We need to split the girls in half and then each do the full life cycle. So then I was doing their marketing and their OnlyFans aspect. And that's when I started to see everything. And I was like, whoa, this is porn. Like, I've never even watched porn. Like, this was full on. And so I started to feel really weird. And I would ask people that like worked at the agency, like, what do you feel about this and stuff like that? And, people, oh, it's a safe injecting heroin room. People need a safe place to do drugs. We give people a safe place to do porn and all of this. And so I felt really weird. And then I was like crying every day. I couldn't look at the content. I couldn't open up my laptop. And one day, it sounds so silly, but I was looking at this one girl that I was managing, and I just had this thing. I have a little 3-year-old niece, and I looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, my niece could look like that girl when she grows up. Like that's what she will look like. And then I was like, that's someone's niece. And it just humanized her. And I went, if that's someone's niece, that's someone's daughter. If my brother's daughter did this, I would be devastated. So why is it okay that someone else's daughter's doing this? And so then from there, I kind of just went searching for answers. Well, actually, no. What I did is I felt like I was doing something really wrong and I wanted to offset all the bad I was doing. So I thought if I went and volunteered and helped refugees, it would make me feel better about myself. And then I would be able to come back, and hopefully we were building a medicinal cannabis company at the same time. So my thought process was, if I go away and I offset all the bad that I'm doing and I go help and volunteer, I can come back and the medicinal cannabis company will be up and running by then. I don't have to work in OnlyFans anymore and I can pursue my dream. And so I ended up volunteering. Well, I signed up for this thing at my local church called World Impact. And I'd have been in church in like 12, 13 years. And somehow I got a call from this person being like, hey, do you want to come down to church and we'll chat? So I was like, sure, let's talk about refugees. And I ended up going there on a Thursday, speaking with this woman. And she invited me to come to church that Sunday to listen to the speaker. She goes, I think they'll really resonate with you. So I rock up on a Sunday and the speaker's talking about OnlyFans and how it's impacting our children and how over-sexualization is destroying this young culture that the youth's culture. And we need to shatter this narrative that this is okay and it's hurting people. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is affirming everything that I've been feeling. And I ran down to this person after the service and I was like, hi, my name's Victoria. I work for an OnlyFans agency and I hate myself. And she's like, let's get lunch. And so I ended up having lunch with her and we spoke about everything. She answered all my questions. And that was on a Sunday. And by that Friday, I was like, this is so cooked. This is so evil. This is so wrong. I'd quit the agency and I walked away from everything.